Hello, awesome Top Class Actions viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a bunch of great class action lawsuits, settlements, and investigations that are hot this week. These are the lawsuits and settlements that y'all are talking about the most. So we want to start out with the As Seen on TV class action. This one is alleging that a big As Seen on TV advertiser called Omni Products Corp is tacking on an additional $19.99 fee to orders that come through their website. So if you purchase one of those nifty As Seen on TV products, especially through a website, you want to check this one out. It may very well impact you. There's also Omni Hotels. They've been accused of tacking on resort fees but not telling you about it. You know, a lot of different hotels have been hit with these kinds of fees, and you know, you sit there and check into the hotel, and there in the fine print is resort fees. Like, hey, what's this? And they said, oh, that's for your Wi-Fi. That's for your free towels at the pool. Well, legally, in most cases, hotels have to disclose that resort fee when you're booking your room. If they don't, it might very well be illegal. So if you stayed at Omni or booked at Omni, you might be impacted by this class action. There's also a new $75 million settlement involving Geldwin Masonite molded interior doors. This affects both direct buyers, people like construction companies, and indirect buyers, people like you and me who are buying our doors from Home Depot. Geldwin and Masonite reportedly hold an 85% share of the interior molded door market, and according to this class action settlement, they work together to keep those prices high. So if you bought a door, if you built a house, if you remodeled a house, you know, and you replaced your doors inside your house, then there's a good chance this $75 million settlement impacts you. You want to be clued into it. We also have a class action involving Nestle, Kellogg, and Frito-Lay. They're three separate class actions, but they all talk about very similar issues. Shady labeling. Because of course you're buying these products, you're looking at the product and you're saying, hey, this is great. This is all natural. This is very special. This is going to be healthier for me because of the ingredients. But that's not always the case. There's a Ruffles class action that says the baked chips are mislabeled. Nielsen reportedly found that 62% of consumers are trying to avoid artificial flavoring. And a Label Insight survey reported that number to be as high as 76% of consumers. Well, this class action alleges that Ruffles cheddar and sour cream baked chips are misleadingly labeled. We also have strawberry Pop-Tarts. You buy strawberry Pop-Tarts and you expect them to have strawberries in them. And this is not saying there are not strawberries in the Pop-Tarts. There are strawberries in the Pop-Tarts, but there's also pears, apples, and other fillers. So you're not just getting strawberries and yummy, yummy Pop-Tarts. You're getting strawberries, pears, apples, fillers, and red 40 dye. So another one, if you're buying those strawberry Pop-Tarts, you want to check this one out, see if it impacts you. Finally, the other mislabeled class action involves Nestle and their creamers, Coffee Mate Natural Bliss Almond Milk Cream. Now, this almond milk, the packaging has really pretty vanilla beans. It's got, almonds on there. So you're thinking that this is almond milk and, vanilla extract and probably some sugar, right, to make it extra special tasty. But they don't actually list all of the artificial and non-vanilla ingredients on the pretty package. And it turns out that Coffee Mate Natural Bliss Almond Milk Cream is chock full of artificial non-vanilla ingredients. So if you bought your Coffee Mate Natural Bliss Almond Milk Cream, check this one out. See what else is in there that you might not know and see how it impacts you. Now on to investigations. Class action investigations are investigations that are being run by attorneys right now that impact you. These are class actions or other lawsuits that you can participate in if you're impacted by it. You bought the product, you were hurt or injured. These investigations you want to check out and see, because these can result in big payments to you. If you are actually a lead plaintiff in a class action, typically you're paid for your time as well as what happened to you. That means we see payments of $2,500 up to $25,000 to the lead plaintiffs. If this is an individual injury, then those individual injuries could be even much higher because they're filed individually. So we have a class action investigation right now, the 9/11 class action investigation. If you were impacted by 9/11, you worked in the area, there were a lot of workers that came into cleanup for 9/11. All of those workers are still getting diagnosed with different types of cancers, and they're passing away almost every single day of these related injuries. There's a fund set up to take care of the families of those victims. If you believe that you were exposed to possible carcinogens that were coming up when they were doing the 9/11 cleanup, if you have family members that were involved in the 9/11 cleanup, if you have family members that were involved in the heroic efforts to try to save people in 9/11, all of those folks that did the cleanup for months and months and even years after are still getting diagnosed with cancers. You want to make sure that they participate in this investigation. There's millions of dollars out there that they can claim. We have another class action, actually two separate class action investigations. One involving foreign transaction fees. If you were charged foreign transaction fees by your credit card company, by your bank, by your credit union, you want to submit your information. The attorneys who are handling that have found that some of those foreign transaction fees might be illegal. So you want to run those by the attorneys and see if you have a case. We also see ATM fees. ATM fees are being charged, and many banks are supposed to credit those. You might be getting those bank fees or those ATM fees charged illegally. If you were charged ATM fees, click on that link for the ATM fee investigation and see if you qualify. Submit your information to the lawyers, and they'll get back to you within just a couple of business days if you qualify. That wraps up our investigations, our lawsuits, our settlements today. If you have any questions, please email us, questions@topclassactions.com. That's QUESTIONS @topclassactions.com. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back next week.